this is an unbelievable turnout. We began this campaign all of 3.5 months ago, and the momentum, as you can see tonight, has been nothing less than extraordinary. Thank you for being here.
Sanders people claim there were 28,000 people turning out for him in Portland, Oregon on Sunday. Between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, a third Democrat, former Maryland Governor Martin OMalley is also running, but is having a hard time gaining traction, at least here in New Hampshire. Governor OMalley joins me now. Governor, thank you very much. It's very good to talk to you today. Let's talk about Bernie Sanders. Why do you think... I'm wondering, why do you think a Vermont socialist is drawing the biggest crowds of anybody, Republican or Democrat, in this campaign season?
Well, I think that a lot of us are dissatisfied with our national economy, and we're certainly dissatisfied with our national politics. So I think that you see people in both parties expressing their discontent early on here. But I have been in this race now for 60 days. We've gone from 1% in New Hampshire to 5%. I look to add another 5% in the next couple of months. And as you know, from having covered national politics, there's usually an inevitable front runner right up until the first votes in Iowa or New Hampshire. And then very often, a candidate who speaks to the hopes and dreams of a new generation of Americans emerges. And that usually is the choice. So I'm going to continue to offer the ideas that serve on debt-free college, on criminal justice reform, on making our economy work for all of us and making wages go up rather than flatlining. And I believe in the course of the next several months, you will see our campaign make it into the living rooms and the hearts and the minds of the people of New Hampshire and Iowa, as indeed it already is starting to.
In the latest New Hampshire poll, the WMUR poll, Hillary Clinton was at 42%, Bernie Sanders at 36%. You were at 1%. Joe Biden was at 5%. Should Joe Biden get into this race as an alternative to Hillary Clinton?
I think that any candidate who feels that they have ideas that will actually serve our national interests should get into this race. And I think we should have a robust debate. The presidency is not a crown to be passed back and forth between two royal families. And in our party, sadly, we are now being told that we're only supposed to have one debate in New Hampshire before the people of New Hampshire get to vote. I think that's a big mistake for us as Andrea. I believe that we have ideas that will actually serve the families of our country, that will get wages to go up instead of down again. As a progressive, I've actually accomplished these things as governor. The other candidates can talk about progressive goals and values, making college more affordable. I've actually done these things as governor, and that's what people want right now. The two phrases I hear all the time are new leadership and getting things done. And I am the candidate in this race who has the best ability to provide the sort of leadership that our country needs right now.
Now, in terms of the debates, you mentioned only one debate in New Hampshire, only 6 debates overall, as compared to 20 last time around during the primaries. What is your message to the party? Why only 6 debates?
Well, my message to the party is this. We're making a big mistake as Democrats if we try to limit debate and have an undemocratic process. There were 24 million people who tuned in to the Republican debate, and there were very few ideas that would serve our nation moving forward that were offered in that debate. It was like the greatest hits of the 80s and 90s. What our party has to offer are the actual ideas that will move our country forward, that will get wages to go up again instead of down, that will move us to a 100% clean energy future and create 5 million jobs along the way. Shame on us as a party if the DNC tries to limit debate and prevents us from being able to put forward a better path for our people that'll make the economy work for all of us again. So I believe we need more debates, not fewer debates. And I think it's outrageous, actually, that the DNC would try to make this process decidedly undemocratic by telling Iowa and New Hampshire that they can only have one debate before they make a decision. This election's too important to cut off debate. People want a debate, Andrea. They don't want a coronation.
Well, you mentioned the Republican debate. What is your reaction to Donald Trump's performance, his comments about Megyn Kelly, both during and after the debate?
I find so much of Mr. Trump's language to be offensive and repugnant, really. And the hateful things that he has said about new American immigrants, I think while it may strike a chord among some who are inclined to scapegoat others, I think it has no place in a presidential arena and a national conversation. I think all of us from both parties should push back against that sort of hate. Look, I know a lot of us we're all frustrated with our economy and our national politics, but anger and fear and division never built a great country. It was better choices by caring adults who want to give their kids a better future. That's what made America great, and that's what's going to rebuild this American dream we share and allow people to get ahead when they work hard.
Governor OMalley, former governor of Maryland, thank you very much. Former mayor of Baltimore, good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Andrea.